Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about the implementation of an Enterprise 2.0 Business Improvement Plan for the Queensland University of Technology. The group responsible for this plan are Mustafa, Ivan, Stephen, Callum and Sam. Firstly, we will look at the background of QUT. The Queensland University of Technology was established in 1989 and afterwards merged with other institutes to form the current QUT in 1990. It has two campuses located in the Brisbane area, the Gardens Point campus and the Kelvin Grove campus. In 2013, it was ranked 26th of 100 universities in the world which have been established for less than 50 years. Also, recently, QUT has become the 14th out of 50 Australian universities. The motto of QUT is a university for the real world. This slogan can be seen in many different formats throughout their campaigns. QUT has a large body of students, which, according to the 2013 statistics, numbered 45,575 total students. 84% of these students are domestic students, while the remaining 16% are international. This can be further broken down into the undergraduates, which total 75% of the total students, postgraduate, which equals 18%, higher degree research totaling at 5%, and the non-award totaling at 2% of all students. Each of these students is assigned to one of the faculties which make up the QUT community. These faculties are Science and Engineering, Health, Law, Education, Creative Industries, QUT Business School, Interfaculty, QUT International College, other divisions, and previous faculties. Faculties which contain the highest number of students are the Science and Engineering faculty and the Health faculty, each of which has 21% of the total students, while the one with the lowest percentage of students are the previous faculties. There are many employees currently residing in QUT campuses. They can be broken down into four categories: academic, which has 4,534 employees, professional, numbering 2,021, full-time at 3,632, and casual, totaling 901 employees. QUT applies many different enterprise technology systems in the areas of task management, information management, collaboration, and enterprise resource planning. The internal tools which are implemented by QUT are Blackboard, Wiki, Email, Yammer, SharePoint, and Link. However, Yammer is not being implemented by everyone in the QUT community, and Link is still under the testing stage. The external tools which are implemented by QUT are Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, blogs, Flickr, LinkedIn, and Tumblr. The reason for the implementation of this project plan was to solve the problems currently affecting QUT. Firstly, is the QUT community's dependency on external tools instead of the internal tools which are provided. That said, there are also problems which can affect the internal tools. Firstly, there is the loss of accessibility to Blackboard. This causes students to lose the ability to study their coursework or submit assignments online, which can be bad when they have deadlines. Secondly, is the misuse of the QUT email, which led to the inappropriate sending of emails and some students losing their confidentiality. The internal tools, Yammer, SharePoint, and Link, are not being shared to all the members of the community, but only to staff members. Also, Link is still only being under testing and therefore has no application that replaces it. It can be noted that QUT depends on external tools for internal targets, so this requires extra management. It may also contain the possibility of information security issues. To solve these problems, we must first identify any weaknesses in the use of enterprise technology in QUT. We must then implement enterprise tools that apply to the McKinsey organizational functions. These functions are product development, operations and distribution, marketing and sales, customer service, business support, and enterprise-wide levers. After investigating QUT thoroughly, we have split our solutions into 6 areas: public awareness and increasing students, event handling, interactions between members of QUT, user feedback, and increasing QUT's reputation. Public awareness is regarded in a global sense as there are a small percentage of international students when compared to domestic. This also ties in with the increasing of students by promoting QUT through blogs written by students describing their experiences while in the community. Event handling has so far only been at the campus level, and therefore needs to have an increased rate of advertising. Interactions between members of QUT cover the implementation and alteration of new or current internal tools used by QUT. The most important thing when using something new is receiving feedback from the users. As such, a message board will be created for this task. Sometimes the reputation of something is more important than anything else. This is why it has been listed as a goal to achieve in order to increase QUT's reputation. By looking at these goals and objectives, we have created some activities in order to achieve them. Firstly is the implementation of Yammer for all members of the community. This would increase the efficiency, increase the collaboration, and have more transparency between the faculties. Next is training the staff in order to use Yammer properly. This will allow them to understand all the features and thus increase efficiency. Next will be the language option for the QUT webpage. This would increase the overseas exposure, increase student satisfaction for foreign students, and most likely increase the amount of foreign students applying for the QUT university. By implementing online conferences, we give foreign students the opportunity to see what QUT is like and potentially apply. This also would increase customer satisfaction and provide customer care through the question and answer sessions. Current QUT internal tools can be upgraded, such as by putting QUT lectures and tutorials on the QUT YouTube page or QTube, improving the discussion board on Blackboard, making QUT's communicator available for students, and allowing online feed for lectures. This would increase the student satisfaction and prove more exposure for QUT. In order to achieve this project plan, the group has been separated into two different departments. Mustafa and Ivan will be in the development department. Callum and Sam will be in the training department. This will all be overseen by Stephen as the manager of this project. This project has been estimated to take 1 year to accomplish completely. The Gantt chart shown shows how long each of the activities that were proposed will take to implement properly. The Agile methodology was chosen as the most suited for the development tasks. The team also needs to care about each task's independence. The advantages of using Agile methodology is that it can be implemented and then tested after implementation in order to receive any feedback. The issues can then be fixed if it is required. When it is finished with the product would be released and then the new task would start being implemented. This methodology would also help on the development of other sections of the project and would ensure that the project would be released with fewer bugs. There are many costs involved in order to achieve this project plan. For the activity where the implementation of Yammer is mentioned, each staff member is charged $4 per annum, which would come to a total of $571,590 per annum. There's also the cost of training staff and hiring them, which would approximate to $7,800. The implementation of the language options for the QUT website would cost approximately $16,320. Placing the coursework on the QTube would approximately cost $800, and upgrading the current QUT tools would approximately cost $22,950. There are also some other costs involved with the cost of coders. This would come to an approximate total of $619,490. By looking at QUT's financial report, it can be seen that QUT's income was $197,779,000 from students. This project is expected to increase the income from students by 15%. Therefore, the income would be $29,666,850. By using this number in the return on investment, it can be seen that there will be an approximate of 4,689.15% return.